Joining me now is the host of Blaze TV's Primetime with Alex Stein. It's the man himself, Primetime 99, Alex Stein. We're going to get to some of your recent antics, including hanging with President Trump when you're not fighting enraged protesters. But I want to start with President Biden, who has just joined TikTok.
Chiefs or Niners?
Two great quarterbacks, hard to decide. But if I didn't say I was for the Eagles, and I'd be sleeping alone. My wife's a Philly girl.
Game or commercials?
Game.
Game or halftime show?
Game.
Jason Kelce or Travis Kelce?
Mama Kelce. I understand she makes great chocolate chip cookies.
It's all fun and games, Alex, until you remember that TikTok is pretty much a form of Chinese spyware. In Australia, we've got a nationwide ban of TikTok on government devices. There is no TikTok on government devices in this country, but I would have thought that was pretty obvious why that is. But when John Kirby, President Biden's top national security spokesman, was asked about this issue, he seemed confused.
Why did the president allow his campaign, allow his campaign to go on TikTok despite the national security review of the platform?
I'd have to refer you to the campaign.
But I mean, it's still the president of the United States. He's still the president is sending a message to Americans about the safety of TikTok by doing this.
I'd have to refer you to the campaign on that.
The president on TikTok, how desperate is he that he would do that given all the security implications?
Well, Rita, let me just give you some cold, hard facts. America has a fentanyl overdose crisis that's happening, and China is directly involved doing business with the Mexican cartels to bring in not only immigrants, but to bring in drugs. And Joe Biden knows that China is poisoning American citizens with fentanyl. So do you think he cares about TikTok? Yeah, right. I mean, that's like the least of his worries. So as a matter of fact, I mean, he probably is working some sort of backdoor deal. I mean, his son Hunter had all kinds of weird business dealings with China. So, I mean, I'd like to complain about this. I'd like to clutch my pearls on this, but this is the least of my worries, is that Joe Biden is finally doing some TikToks. I'm just happy that he can talk. I mean, I'm happy that he can actually look into a camera because, you know, his mind is depreciating every single day, and he's only getting worse. My cat Angus right here is smarter. Rita, Angus, my kitten Angus is smarter than Joe Biden. Get out of here,
Angus, look at him. Adorable. You know what? I know you're saying with all the issues that are facing the Biden administration and facing the country, this is minor, but we are talking about the Chinese Communist Party here and their surveillance of Americans and its surveillance of the White House. Why would you make that easier for them? What message are you sending when other countries are banning TikTok from government devices for the president to just be on it and promoting it? It is odd. Now, got to tell me about the time you've been spending with President Donald Trump. What is he really like? And did he give you any hints on who his VP pick is going to be?
You know, honestly, Donald Trump and the entire Trump family have only been gracious and incredibly nice to me. But I wish I could tell you that I had some inside info on who's going to be his running mate. I think Vivek Ramaswamy would be the best choice, personally. Vivek's young. He's a disruptor. I think he, represents both sides of the aisle generally. He's not just, quote unquote, far right. So I think that he would resonate to a lot of the people that are centric or in the middle or undecided. So I don't know. I mean, also there's a lot of qualified, smart women, but I wish I could tell you, because if I did, I'd be betting all the money on one of those, political gambling sites. But I really don't personally know. But if I had to go with my gut or who I would choose, I would go with Vivek Ramaswamy personally.
I think he's possibly the most popular choice amongst the Trump backers, but I don't know. I think one of those female governors, perhaps the Arkansas governor, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, could also be in the running. Now, we lost a great to cancer last week. Toby Keith passed away at the age of 62. He'd been battling stomach cancer for several years. Alex, you had this rather disgraceful tribute to a country icon on your program. Let's have a look.
Toby Keith would always vote red, but that doesn't matter, cause now you are dead. So now you can't vote in the next election.
Really, Alex, like, I want to cancel you myself for that. The man is an icon. But somehow you're not the one copying the heat for that. It is Taylor Swift who's copying all sorts of criticism for not paying a big tribute to the man who pretty much discovered her. Let's have a look at this old footage.
She came to Nashville last year writing her own songs, singing them, and hoping someone would like them. Toby Keith did. So much so that he just signed her to his new record label. That makes them partners.
You're in the room with him and you can feel it. There's a power there and you're just like, oh my God. So I don't think I'll ever get to a point where I won't see him and be like, oh my God, that's Toby Keith.
Alex, has Taylor said anything about the passing of the man who gave her a record deal, or gave her her very first record deal? And also, would you like to apologise for what you did?
Personally, I would like to apologize to Toby Keith and the Keith family. You know, he was an icon. I didn't mean to be disrespectful, but, you know, I'm not surprised that Taylor Swift disrespected him. She also didn't hug Celine Dion when she accepted the Grammy, and Celine Dion was the presenter. So Taylor Swift is, you know, she's all about Taylor Swift. So I'm really not surprised. She probably should have stood up and said something about him, but maybe because his political ideologies are more conservative. I don't know, but I would hate for her to be that catty considering the guy basically discovered her. So, you know, once again, I'm sick of Taylor Swift. Like, you know, they talk about one of her album is 1989. It's literally 1984, but it's 1989. We're being programmed to have to watch her 24/7. I mean, it's really like an Orwell novel. It's Orwellian how much Taylor Swift is being thrown in our face, especially here in America.
Well, she's about to land in Australia, so she'll be off your hands for a little while. Before you go, in recent months, I saw some footage of you getting attacked again by protesters. I don't know what it is about you that attracts these people who just can't control themselves. And one of them threw a shoe at you. Let's have a look at what you did.
What are you saying? All right, hey, guys, take this. Bro, that's what you get. That's what you get.
These triggered lefties aren't too clever, are they, Alex?
No, honestly, and now they're literally losing their shoes over it. But the shoes that missed George Bush, sometimes I think the world we'd live in would be totally different if that shoe would have hit George Bush. So I guess I was primed for this moment. When you beat somebody intellectually and they have to throw their shoe at you, you know you have the upper hand. So it is what it is. I love the confrontation, Rita. So, you know, bring it on. I just hope and pray for my family's sake I don't ever get hurt by one of these protesters. But other than a few shoes or a few mean words or even being spit on, I can handle that no problem.
Alex Stein, we love you. You're incorrigible, but you are also just adorable. And we also like your pets who you bring on the program intermittently. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Rita. You're the best. I got to come out to Australia. I'm going to be out there, and I'm going to bug all the people at Sky News very soon. So be on the lookout. Summer 2024.